Okay, guys. Here I am. I'm starting my first. This is the first video I've done. I am a makeup artist, and I have every plan of starting a channel to give a tutorial, different tutorials of different things that I have learned. Excuse the way I look this morning. I've just woken up and I'm staying in a hotel room right now, which is why the lighting is so shitty. Excuse my language, I'm not the best at that. What I'm going to do today is basically just go over my makeup kit, my personal makeup kit, and let you know what I use as far as the products, the brushes, all of those things. I'm going to just show you what I use, what I like. I use every kind of product from drugstore to high end. I have found recently a drugstore brand that I really love more than I do most high end brands, and these are literally a quarter of the cost. And so, if you don't have the money to go out and spend $40 on a foundation, I have alternatives. I just went myself to Sephora and spent $800 for my personal makeup, not makeup to use on other people, my personal makeup. I get home and the foundation that I purchased along with the powder, I prefer my drugstore brand than I do to the high end $80 that I spent on this powder and foundation. But anyway, let's get started, and I'll kind of tell you the process that I use and then the products that I use. First thing about me is that I have very, very bad skin. I know with this lighting you can't really see. I'll get closer and see if you can't see. It's scars, and I know you can see some dark spots right here, some breakouts around in my chin area. I have very large pores right here, and on my nose right here that tend to get clogged and is really, really bad to form blackheads. If you have that problem, I want to tell you chemical exfoliant is the best way to get rid of that problem. Don't use a scrub. If you're going to use a scrub to exfoliate, take your regular cleanser, put it on a washcloth, and go in a circular motion like this and cleanse your face that way with the washcloth. The washcloth is going to be gentler than a actual scrub exfoliant, and it's actually kind of a two-in-one. You cleanse and you exfoliate at the same time. But I am telling you, and all of this is my opinion. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a dermatologist. I'm a makeup artist. And as of right now, I'm a self-taught makeup artist. I am in the process and about three-fourths of the way through having my license. But I've been doing makeup for about 8 years, so I mean, I know what I'm doing. Anyway, chemical exfoliant is the best way to go. Salicylic acid is one of the best, one of the good chemical exfoliants. But salicylic acid does not get inside the pore. Salicylic acid only gets the outside of the skin, does not go down into the pore. So if you have large pores, if you have a problem with acne, blackheads, anything like that, salicylic is probably not the product that you want to use. It's not the product that I use. The second chemical exfoliant is benzoyl peroxide. That is the product that is going to get down inside the pore and clean out all that oil and debris and whatever else, all that junk that gets in your pores and causes breakout. And I don't know if any of you have heard of an extractor tool, that when you get those little white bumps, I get them a lot right in here. It's not a pimple or a breakout, but it's a little, just little white bumps that you can barely see. But what those are, what that is a clogged pore. And you can get they're called blackhead removers at any drugstore, Walmart, anything like that. And basically, it's an extractor tool. And you can take that and kind of press those white bumps, and the stuff comes out. It'll get rid of that white bump. The problem with that is when you do a pore extraction like that, it is going to break your skin out before it gets better. It gets worse. It will get better, but it gets worse first. That's where the breakout in here is coming from. It's from me using my extractor tool to get rid of those bumps. If I were patient enough to let the benzoyl peroxide do its job, I wouldn't have to do that. The benzoyl peroxide will take care of those white bumps, will take care of the blackheads, which I get really bad right in here and right in here, and it will also, um, it's advertised by tons of people that benzoyl peroxide will also shrink your pores, which I have seen a little bit of difference there, but I've changed skincare routines. But anyway, that is the most important part of makeup application is your skincare routine. Find a routine that is that fits your skin type. You need to find out if you're oily, combination, dry. You need to find out your skin tone, your skin type, all about your skin, and then form a routine and buy the products that are meant for your skin. It doesn't matter if it's high-end or if it's drugstore. Both have great products. My personal favorite is Neutrogena. I love Neutrogena products. Love them. One thing though that you have to watch out for with Neutrogena is a lot of their products have a lot of alcohol in them. You cannot use any alcohol on your face. Another thing that is very important is if you put a product on your face and it stings, it burns, it tingles, don't use it. That tingle, that burn, that whatever feeling you're getting on your face is your face. Your face is telling you, hey, this is doing damage. So don't use anything that tingles, burns, anything. You want to use a water soluble cleanser, a toner that has no alcohol, no witch hazel, no anything that's going to cause any damage. You can go to beautypedia.com and research. It's Paula Began. I'm not sure if I'm saying her name right. The Cosmetic Cop. All she does is makeup reviews, and you can review the product that you're using. She's very reliable and very accurate. You can also use makeupalley.com and review the product. Okay, after your skin routine, as I said, a water-soluble cleanser, which means you put it on, you can even put it on your eyes to avoid pulling on this delicate skin here because you don't want that. You don't want your eyelids hanging down here when you're 80. A water-soluble cleanser that you can use on your eyes to wash your makeup off, your eye makeup off, and then it just rinses off with water. No rubbing, none of no matter how dry your skin is, do not use a cream cleanser that you have to wipe off. That's not good. Water-soluble cleanser. A soothing toner with no damaging products. You can research on the internet or look at Paula Began, Beautypedia.com. She'll tell you why alcohol and all the products not to use on your face. Gives all that information. So you use your cleanser, your toner, your cleanser comes first, then your exfoliator, then your toner, then your moisturizer. If you have acne, you need an acne treatment, cream treatment. Then you need a moisturizer and a sunscreen. those, and if you can combine those, you know, 2-in-1, a moisturizer with a sunscreen, that's great. Do that. But you must have a sunscreen during the day. I would recommend at least an SPF 30. The moisturizer I personally use is a moisturizer and a sunscreen in one. It's an SPF 30. That's what I use. Sun damage is the biggest harm to your skin. Okay, here we go with my makeup products. And again, you have to excuse me. I'm in a hotel room and my stuff is kind of behind the computer. So I may be disappearing and reaching and grabbing. But after you do your skincare routine, your moisturizer needs to sit for a minimum of 10 minutes on your face before you start applying any product, including primer. Your primer is going to be the first thing that you apply as far as makeup. After your moisturizer has absorbed for 10 minutes at least, longer time is better, but at least 10 minutes, then you want to apply your primer. Now, I have got 3 different products that I've just purchased from Sephora that I'm liking them pretty well. One of them I like the best, and I'm using a combo of 2. The first product that I'm looking at is the Benefit the Professional. Let me slide it up here so you can see it really well. This is by Benefit Professional Pro Balm to minimize the appearance of pores. So this is the first one that I purchased. The second one is the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Pure. It's oil-free, skin-smoothing face primer for sensitive skin. This is what this looks like. And keep in mind that these are high-end products from Sephora. I'll give you some alternatives, some drugstore alternatives in just a second. Okay, and then I purchased a Smashbox Photo Finish Targeted Pore and Line Primer. This is what that looks like. It comes in a little tube like this. This is not a all over the face treatment, whereas these 2 are. These 2, both of these, you put all over your face. This is a spot treatment where my favorite of these 2 is the Too Faced. This one. The Too Faced Primed and Poreless is my favorite out of out of these 2. I'm so sorry, guys. Keep in mind, bear with me. This is my first video. I'll get better. But these are the 2 that I got. This one is the one that I prefer. Everybody's skin is different. Some of you may prefer this one. It's not going to hurt to try both if you have the money to try both. Me being a makeup artist, I have to try, and a makeup lover, I have to try everything. This spot treatment, I love, love, love. I will continue to use it. I cannot imagine at this point not using it. What I do with this is I use my Too Faced primer all over my face, and then I take the Smashbox and I put it where my pores are the largest, right here and on my nose, and then across my chin. And so I take just a tiny bit of this on my finger, like this, and then I'll rub it together and I'll dot it here, here, and here, and then go about in a circular motion both ways. I go this way, and then I go this way. And I do the same thing here. I go all the way across this way, all the way across this way. That's how I apply this, and it works wonderfully, especially combined with this or this. I'm not saying that I'm not saying, I'm sorry about that. I'm not saying that this is a bad primer. It's not. It's a great primer. I just prefer this one. Okay. After your primers, you're going to use your foundation. I have the Makeup Forever HD. Let's see. My color is going to be the N115. It was a little light for me. I made the mistake of letting the Sephora artist pick out my makeup. Huge mistake, unless you know zero about makeup. Go in there and pick out your own makeup. You can do it, okay? But this does not, while it's a great foundation, I expected more coverage out of it. And because of my skin problems, I need a lot of coverage. And I've tried using three coats of this. I mean, three, because you can three layers of this. One all over my face, and then two more layers here because my cheeks are the worst with the scars and things like that. And it still, with three layers, did not give me the coverage that I wanted. So for me, this is not the foundation for me. I will though, because it comes in a pump like this, um, bacteria cannot get back in there, so I will be able to use this on clients. Generally, I don't use my personal makeup on clients because of bacteria purposes, but that, because of the pump, I can. Um, let's see. And this is the drugstore makeup that I was talking about. It's Rimmel. They sell it at Walmart, any drugstore. This is my absolute favorite foundation. It's the Rimmel Clean Finish Foundation, and if you see at the bottom, it says 100% poreless. That some of the clean finish doesn't say the 100% poreless. This one, the one that says the 100% poreless, that's what you want to look for if you want this foundation. My color is 340 Nude. It also has vitamin A and E in it, which is always a good thing. One thing that I don't really care for this is just because it doesn't provide sunscreen, which it's not a deal breaker because I use my sunscreen is also in my moisturizer. I just prefer to have double coverage. Another cool thing that I really like about this foundation is the way that you apply it. Instead of having the kind that you just dump over on your finger and then pat, this comes with a little wand that you see it's perfectly flat. You pull it out, kind of rub it off, and then dot all over your face. Now, if you're going to use this on clients, it's very, very easy to sanitize because pour a little bit out on your palette, your CD. I use a CD as a makeup palette. That's just me. It works great. Pour a little bit out. Use the spatula to dip it in. Apply it to their face. Cleanse this every time you use it before you stick it back in the bottle. Then you have a completely sanitary foundation that you can use on other people, and it is fabulous. The next video I'm going to do is going to be my foundation routine, so you'll see exactly how I use this and exactly how well it works. I'm just going to have to get in a place where I have better lighting before I do that. Next thing, we matched the Makeup Forever foundation with the Makeup Forever powder. Again, I let the Sephora artist match me. And as with the foundation, the powder is too light, but I can use it on other people because I use a brush and it can stay clean. It comes as a compact, just like any other makeup or pressed powder. You flip it up like this. You've got your puff. If you prefer to use a puff, which I do not, this never gets removed from the bottom when I'm using compact makeup. I prefer a brush. So here's this. As I said, it's a great powder. It's just too pale for me, so it's just not for me. Um, Coming back to the foundation real quick, a lot of people choose to use brushes. I love brushes. A lot of people choose to use sponges. I love sponges. But when it comes to foundation, I use my fingers. The heat from your fingers, if you rub it together like this and then pat it all over, the heat from your fingers is going to help emulsify that. It's going to get warm and it's going to blend in a whole lot better. Okay, we've done powder that I didn't want, and I'm sorry, bear with me, never done this before. Another foundation that I really, really like is also by Rimmel. It's the Lasting Finish. My color is the 102 Warm Ivory. It lasts 25 hours. It seriously does last all day, all night. I can put it on in the morning, and the next morning, it's still there. This is fantastic. Long wearing foundation and gives fantastic coverage, as does this. Both of these Rimmel products, great coverage if that's what you're looking for. If you don't need so much of a heavy coverage, not heavy, neither one of these foundations feels heavy, but if you need if your skin is not bad and you know lighter coverage, Neutrogena Healthy Skin is a fabulous drugstore version. This Makeup Forever HD is also a great option if you don't need a very heavy coverage. Okay, as for powder that I do like, this is another drugstore brand. Again, I use both. There's nothing wrong with drugstore makeup, and there's no reason to pay $50 on a powder or a foundation when I can get something that I like better for $3 or $4. Speaking of which, both of these Rimmel foundations are $3.48 at Walmart, as opposed to $38 at Sephora. Okay, my favorite powder, I've used it for years, is the NYC Smooth Skin Loose Powder. It provides more coverage. If you need coverage out of your powder, don't ever go with a translucent powder. You need a powder with a color to it. Um, this is just, I'm making a mess. It's just a typical loose powder. It came with a puff, of course. I don't like the puffs. We've already discussed that. I use brushes, especially for my powder. Really, the only thing that I don't use brushes for is my foundation. And when I put foundation on a client, then I do use brushes because I'm not going to have my hands all over their face. Okay, so there's my powder. We've gone over the high end and the drugstore. Okay, now we're going to go for the blush, bronzer, highlighter deal. Two products that I just bought that I love, 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 love. Both products. The first one is the Too Faced Natural Face Powder palette. It only comes in one color. It's the Natural Face. That's the only color it comes in. There's no variation there, but The crazy thing is this tends to work for every color tone. Um, this is what it looks like on the inside. You have your, I'm trying, bear with me. You have your concealer here. I'm sorry, your bronzer here, your cream blush here, your powder blush here. Then over on this side, you have your concealer, your luminizer, which has got some really pretty sparkle to it. I'm not real sure if you can see that shimmer in this horrible lighting, but it does have some really pretty shimmer to it. And then you have your brightener down here, which I would use somewhere in this area, not directly below the eye, but maybe from here over, just above that cheekbone. And then, as I said, you do have your bronzer. So this is an all-in-one concealer, laminizer, brightener, cream blush, powder blush, bronzer. The bronzer is a gorgeous color. I don't know if you can see this again in this horrible lighting. It's very, very light. Um, it's not a dark bronzer, which I love because I have fairly light skin. A dark bronzer will make my skin look dirty. This, I can layer it until I get the darkness that I need. The next, let's see, where am I going to put this? The next blush thing that I got was also that I really love the Too Faced products. Can you tell? This is the Too Faced Pink Leopard palette, and not only is this a, look at this, this is a gorgeous palette. I mean, a gorgeous compact. But not only is it gorgeous to look at, it is gorgeous on your face. This is what I use every day. It's a blush and a bronzer all in one. And I wasn't going to go over brushes right now, but I'm going to go over this one because this is what I use with this. This is the Too Faced Retractable Bronze Booty Brush. Okay, I love this brush because it can be small, go in, and then I also love it because it has this little thing to keep your brush from getting misshapen. So this is what this brush looks like. Let's see if I can. This is what it looks like, and I just take it, dot it a couple of times, and I'll go up this way and then this way. And then I'll go back and blend it into the hairline. So you don't have no harsh line. That is my rule number one, blend, blend, blend. No harsh lines. That is the biggest rule of makeup artistry. No harsh lines. Okay, that takes care of pretty much I'm looking back here to make sure, your face makeup other than the concealer, which I'm sorry I left out that step. You apply your concealer after, I apply my concealer after my foundation but before my powder. You can do it before your foundation. I personally think that's pointless because when you put your foundation on, you're just going to wipe your concealer off. Right now, and I vary with concealers, but right now I'm using the MAC Studio Finish Concealer in NC30. It looks just like this when opened. A rule of concealers is the drier the consistency. If it's kind of dry, kind of pasty feeling, the more pigment it's going to have, so the better coverage it's going to have. So this is what I'm using right now, and I really, really, really love it. For a drugstore brand, if you need a good coverage or a great coverage concealer, you have bags of like I do. The brand is Hard Candy. The concealer is called Glamouflage. This stuff will cover up a tattoo. I have done it. I've covered tattoos with this concealer. A tiny bit will go a long way, so if you buy a tube of it, that stuff would last you for 3 years if you didn't have to throw away your makeup every now and then. It also comes, I wish I had my little stuff to show you. It comes in a smaller tube that's kind of like this, so you just, squeeze out just a little bit, and it just takes a tiny, 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 tiny bit, and you would dot it under your eyes and then pat like this. Never rub under your eyes. Another big thing with me is never rub, period. You pat everything. Your foundation, your powder, your everything. You pat, not rub. Okay, anyway, there was, let's see, concealer. Then the next thing you would do is a highlight. My favorite right now is Dim Couture Get Radiant Complexion Enhancer. This, I get it Sally. It's their new line. I absolutely love it. The color is pearl, and it's got, I know you're not going to see it, and I so wish you could. It's like, oh, it's awful. I don't know if you can see this shimmery. It's not really shimmery, but it's a pearl type color, and it's a gorgeous highlight, and I put it right, I just tap it right along this line above my cheekbone. But that's my favorite right now. Another thing that I love, and I was going to give you a cheaper alternative to a concealer than the MAC, because the MAC is pretty expensive. But a good alternative is e.l.f. I love e.l.f. eyes, lips, face. You can go to just Google e.l.f. Cosmetics, and it'll take you to the website. I don't know exactly what the website is right now, but you can see that this is dual-sided. You have concealer on this side, you have a highlighter on this side. I prefer this highlighter to anything that I have right now. It works great. The concealer is also a great concealer. I love, I'm sorry again. I love eyes, lips, and face. I love it. I love e.l.f. makeup. There are a few things that I don't care a whole lot for. Mascara is one of them, but that's my personal opinion. But I love their shadows. They have the best bronzers and blushes, and they are anything. I got 100 count eyeshadow palette. This eyeshadow palette is, the size of my computer screen. I wish I had it with me to show you. It's huge. 100 shadows I got for $10 on eyeslidsandface.com. Their prices are fabulous. This right here, I had Walmart actually, or my Walmart actually has a very small section of the eyes, lips, and face makeup. I got this at my Walmart for $1. They have great brushes. They have a full brush set on their website. It's their studio. They have their essentials line, their studio line, and their minerals line. Their essentials line, most everything is $1. Their studio line, most everything is $3 to $5. And then their mineral, I'm not real sure on those prices. I know they're not a whole lot, but I tend not to. I just don't care for the mineral makeup. I need more coverage than that. Other than eyeshadow pigments, which I love, love, love. That is my favorite product ever. I love pigments. Unfortunately, I don't have any here to show you. I have too many to carry around with me. And as I said, I'm traveling, so I've only got what I use every day with me. Okay, now that is, yes, all of your face makeup. So your face is done with all of the products that I just showed you. Your second, now we're going to move on to the eyes. A lot of people prefer to do their eye makeup before their foundation routine. I don't like to do that, but it's up to you. Do your eyes first, then your face, do your face, and then your eyeshadow. It's up to you. The first thing I'm going to do with my eyes to do my eye makeup is I'm going to use an eyeshadow base. I didn't get it out. I use first. I use hang on, let me get it. Okay, sorry guys. And this has seen better days. You can tell that it's been in my kit because you almost can't tell what it is. But it is Urban Decay's. Look at this. All the paint has chipped off. It has been in my kit. Urban Decay's eyeshadow primer potion. It just, if you've never seen it before, it's got the little wand. You just put it on your eyelids like this. And it's ergonomically shaped where you can just start here and go right, and then start here and go right. You like that effect? I did. Anyway, so do that and then rub it in, of course, using this finger. No, I'm not shooting your bird. Your ring finger. Um, anytime you are using eye products, use your ring finger because it's the weakest. It will cause the least damage to that tender skin. So that's the first thing I use. Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. After this, I use an eyeshadow base. And my favorite is the NYX eyeshadow base. NYX is, a lot of people call it NYX and it drives me crazy. It's NYX, not NYX. It is NYX. Anyway, this is just a white cream product in a little pot, you see, and you just dip your finger in it and, pat it across your eye, and then use your finger and kind of smear it out a little bit. This would just go on your lid. Your primer potion, if you do a heavy highlight all the way up to the brow, the primer potion would be what you would use all the way up to the brow. This would only go on your eyelid. Then I used to use MAC's Paint Pot, which are fabulous products. Do not get me wrong, fabulous products. But look at these sunglasses on my head. This whole time and I didn't even notice it. Of course, that may be worse. But anyway, I used to use MAC's Paint Pot as my next eye step. But as wonderful as those products are, they're just too expensive. And I found they came out with the you can tell I have a few. It's the Maybelline Color Tattoo, and it is the exact same thing as a MAC paint pot. It's 24-hour wear. The color that I use depends on what color eyeshadow I'm using. I've got this really, really pretty teal blue. I have a really pretty, like a gunmetal gray. I have, I'm going to have to show you, take the top off this and show you because it's kind of a taupey. You may still can't really see it. It's kind of this is a taupey color. I have just a white, silver, not white, it's a shimmery pearl silver. And then I have a straight brown. So I got all of the basic colors that I might need, and in place of MAC paint pots, I'm now using these. So after I use my primer paint and I use my NYX eyeshadow base, then I will come through and use one of these paint pots. And I will always call them paint pots because that's what they are. Then I'll use one of those that's going to, all of these things are going to, number one, keep your shadow on longer. Number two, it's going to intensify that color. Next is going to come your eyeliner. Okay, I have two different favorites right now. First of all, the kohl eyeliners is what you want. You want a kohl eyeliner. Kohl, kohl eyeliner. Not a regular retractable um, eyeliner like this. This is not really what you want. You want a kohl eyeliner, and it will say it. Let's see if I can get you to see this. Get it. See? Kohl. Kohl. That's what you're looking for. Okay. My favorite, of course, is Rimmel Scandalize. Okay? I have it in black, I have it in blue, and I also have it in nude. And I'll tell you why I have it in nude in just a second. Right now, we're going to go for the black. So with your eyes, first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your kohl pencil and also have a favorite. Apparently in the bathroom that it came with one of my Urban Decay palettes, 24/7 Urban Decay eyeliner. It's a kohl eyeliner. It's 24-hour waterproof. I really, really, really like it too. Right now I'm using it more than I am the Rimmel, but again, I love my Rimmel product. This was like $2. Okay, so anyway, the first thing that you would do is to take this is the kind that has to be sharpened, which is, I like that. I do not like the retractable kind. These you can get to a point so that you can you can put it exactly where you want it to. The retractable ones, you can't get it to a point. I don't like that. So anyway, you're going to take this and you're going to start out about here in the middle of the eye, and you're just going to go right as close as you can get to your lash line. Then you're going to hold it like this, touch the bottom of your lash line, and make downward strokes. Then you're going to open it wide under your lashes at your lash line and make upward strokes. I do not want you to put eyeliner on your upper waterline. Big mistake. It can cause all kinds of eye infections. So anyway, that would be how you would use, the first thing that we would do there is just half the eye on out. And you want to, if you need to take a pencil brush, we'll go over brushes in a minute. You want to take a pencil brush and just put it on regularly, a good thick line. Take your pencil brush, blend it in really well, and then blend down into your lash line. That's perfectly fine. Another option would be to take a push liner brush. Again, we'll go over brushes in a minute. A push liner brush and use a black shadow and get the black shadow into your lash line that way. Whatever you do, you want whatever color eyeliner you're using, you want to get it down in that lash line. The whole purpose of eyeliner is to make your lashes look thicker. It's not to make it look like you have eyeliner up to here. Okay. Next, I have, next thing I would do, and keep in mind I've used my bases, I've used my paint pot. Um, uh, wait a minute. Before eyeshadow, the eyeliner is the first thing I'm gonna do for my eye makeup. I'm gonna do the kohl pencil eyeliner. Then, and I use my primer. Then I use my black eyeliner pencil. Then I go and I use one of my paint pots, just depending on whatever color I look I'm going to go with that day. I want it to match, of course. Then I have 4 eyeshadow palettes that anytime I travel, I take them with me. If my kit if I have to carry a small kit for a client, these are the 4 palettes that I'll carry with me. They are my favorite. First, of course, is Urban Decay's Naked Palette. Everybody has heard of the Naked Palette. Here is here are the colors here. I'm so sorry that white is so horrible. They're all neutral brown. You've got it's called Creep that right here that's black. Has kind of a blue. It's called Gunmetal. Um, all the way down here to this light, shimmery, pretty color that's called Virgin. And then the next one is also a light shimmery that's called Spin. They're just, and one thing that I look for when I'm looking for an eyeshadow palette is those shimmery and matte colors, which you get in this palette. There's some matte colors, there's some shimmery colors. You don't want all shimmery eyeshadow. You don't want all matte eyeshadows unless it is you're doing makeup on an older client. Then you don't want any shimmer. That's the only time you would want all matte colors is if you were doing makeup on an older client. Okay, that's my first favorite palette. My next favorite palette is the Stila in the Garden palette. It's got some gorgeous colors. Um, Gorgeous colors in it. It's got some light colors here. This blue and this pink are absolutely my favorite. I love this copper tone color. I have blue eyes, so copper looks great on me. I know you really can't tell from here, but this is a green color and it's gorgeous. And then you have your flesh tones over here, which you always need in an eyeshadow palette. This is more of a flesh tone. This is more of a white to use as a highlight. This palette, can't you see where it came with something? It came with the Stila Smudge Stick, which I used as an example a minute ago for the retractable eyeliners. Stila Smudge Sticks are the one exception to these retractable eyeliners. This is the Stila Smudge Stick is um, the one retractable that you don't have to sharpen eyeliner that I like because it's called a smudge stick and that's exactly what it does. It just glides right on. No problems. Especially if you put it on before you do your eyeshadow, which you should do anyway as far as the pencil stick goes. So that came with the Stila in the Garden palette. Next is there we go, the Urban Decay Smoked palette. I love the packaging. It unzips. I love the packaging. It's got some gorgeous colors in it. I hate that you can't see the colors very well. It's got some, of course, you have your flesh tones here and here. You have a black over here, some blue, and that's kind of a burgundy. It's called Rock Star. You have a green over here. You have this is kind of another different kind of gray color. It's called Asphalt. You have a brown here, a matte brown that's called Backdoor. You have the mushroom, which is my favorite color in this palette, other than this blue. And I use these two together a lot for a personal look. But this is one of my favorite palettes, and it's one of my go-to palettes that I always, always, always carry with me. You can see that it also came with something, and it came with a brush. Most Urban Decay palettes will come with a brush. You'll, if I had shown you, you would have seen that the Naked palette also came with a place for a brush. Next is the Naked 2. A lot of people think that they look at the two Naked palettes, one is the Naked and Naked 2, and they think, oh, those colors are exactly the same. If you look close, that's not the truth, because some of the shimmery colors in the Naked palette are matte colors in the Naked 2, and vice versa. You've also got, you do have some different colors. Yeah, the, this chopper, right, if I can get it right, you can't see it really well, unfortunately, but this is one of my favorite colors. It's a coppery brown color. This also is called, both of these, Snake Bite is this one, and Suspect is this one. Those are my two favorite colors. The Naked palette has a shimmery black, while this palette has a matte black that's called Blackout. We always need a shimmery and a matte black. Another great highlight for a black color is this right here. It's called Verb, and it's a very pretty shimmery silver. Oh, you can see that one good. And one thing about Urban Decay shadows is that they blend great, and that's one of the reasons that I love them so much. So, after you get your shadows on, and you do it however you want to, everybody knows how to do their own shadows, chances are you've got some fallout down here, and you've got some mess here. There are two things that you can do to fix this. You can take a sponge. I do not like wedge sponges. I love these, or either the big round, and you can tell this is the thing that's Better Days. I never use sponges to put on the foundation. This is the foundation that is on here, or the powder is to remove excess. But anyway, to clean up, I fold the sponge in half, and I'll just go just like that on both sides. You do have another option, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you this brush right now. This is an Eco Tools. I love Eco Tools. It's a sponge, but it's angled. You can see it's got that nice angle to it, and it's on a stick, on a handle. Got a handle. I love this sponge. Sometimes I will use this for foundation, and I will dab the foundation all over, and then I'll stipple. using this sponge. But this is also a great cleanup tool where you take that flat part of that angle and just wipe down. So, alright, next. I've done my eyeshadow, and next I'm going to use a liquid liner. This liner is my favorite liquid liner, and believe it or not, I get it from the dollar store. It is LA Colors Pearl Metallic Eyeliner. This is in black pearl. I absolutely love this eyeliner, and I've tried everything. As soon as the product comes out, I try it. I have enough makeup for a small country of women to all be have a full face of makeup. Okay, so anything that comes out, I buy, and I tell you, this liquid liner is amazing. For $1, it is amazing. Here's what it looks like if you're interested in going to your Dollar General. LA Colors Pearl Metallic Eyeliner, and they have several different colors. But it's just a um, normal little brush liquid liner. I do, one of the things that I can tell you that I like so much about it is that the handle is so short. It's very easy to deal with. Another thing that I like about it is that it's not going to automatically give you huge stripes. You get real close to your lashes and you do a little stripe and you go a little bit above that and get it a little wider and a little wider until you have as wide as you want it. So this is my favorite liquid liner, and I go on top of that with a powder liner and with the pencil liner and the black eyeshadow that I'll put over the pencil liner. Now, if you want to add a pop of color to your eyeliner, one thing that I love to do is either use a paint pot and use that as an eyeliner and just kind of put it on that very corner and go out like, you see, go out like this. You see what I'm saying? Like do kind of a outer V here with a paint pot or a gel liner. This is also a eyes, lips, face product. It's a cream liner. This is my favorite color, this teal blue. It's my favorite color to use for a pop of color in my liner. But I will also use, I've got a paint pot in sorry guys, excuse me, but I've got a paint pot in the same teal blue kind of color, and this color is Tenacious Teal in the Color Tattoo by Eye Studio Maybelline. And it's 24 hours, it's waterproof, which is one thing that I like about using these paint pots as an eyeliner, because your cream eyeliners, especially the e.l.f., you can find some cream eyeliners that are waterproof. Maybelline makes some, for example, but the Eyes Lips Face version is not waterproof. Okay, so you've got your eyeliner done. Next thing you're gonna, or you've got your eyeliner most of the way done. Next thing you're gonna do, and this is where that nude kohl pencil comes in. A lot of people use white. Do me a favor and don't use white. This is another Rimmel Scandalized nude eyeliner, and it's 005 nude. It's the color, and it's it's a gorgeous nude. It's a perfect nude. Let me put it that way. A perfect nude. And what you would do with it is do your bottom waterline. You don't need a whole lot. Do a couple of stripes across. That's all you need. And what this is going to do is it's going to open your eyes up. If you use a black or darker color on that waterline down there, unless you have huge eyes, you don't want to put a dark color on that waterline because it's going to make the eyes look smaller, especially for a photograph. So this fixes that problem. It will make your eyes, the whites of your eyes, whiter. It will also make your eyes wider and look bigger in a photograph instead of making them look teeny and squinty like a black liner would. Okay. Last, not least, we do our mascara. You curl your lashes as normal. If you don't curl your lashes, please do. It really opens up the eyes. A lot of people don't think that it does anything. It does. It really opens up those eyes. And I use two different mascaras. Both are, guess what brand? Rimmel. My favorite product from Rimmel, other than my foundation, is their mascaras. They are better than any mascara I've ever used, and I've used just about every brand out there. But I use two different ones every day. Okay. So I'll curl my lashes, and then the first one is the Volume Lash Scandalize by Rimmel. The color is just 001 black. But this is what it looks like. Scandalized and Rimmel orange tube. And what I do with this is it's got a really fat brush. And I'll take it at the roots of my lashes and do at the very, very root. And I'll do the wiggle back and forth and kind of go up a little bit. Wiggle and go up. Wiggle and go up. Wiggle and go up. But I don't go all the way to the ends of my lashes. And then I do the same thing on this one. And then on the bottom, I'll just do the little wiggle thing and barely go down. I turn it around for this eye, wiggle, and just barely go down. Then I let this dry. Sometimes I'll fan, hair dryer, whatever you want to do to get it dry. Then I go back with the Rimmel Glam Eyes mascara, which I also love, love, love. But the two combined can't be beat. Okay, so after this dries, well, goodness. After the Scandalized dries, you want to go back in with the Glam Eyes, and it's in 003 Extreme Black. One of the reasons I love this so much is the brush is so unique. This brush is, it's the plasticky kind of brush that you see in a lot of the CoverGirl and stuff like that, but it's a lot thinner. It's got a curve to it. I don't know if you can see that curve. It's just got a slight curve to it. And this is where your lengthening is going to come from. So instead of doing the wiggle and up with this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go take it at the root of the, go on the top, take it at the root, and I'm going to twist it, kind of curl my lashes around it, and then come up. And then I'll go back and forth on my tips. And then I'll do the same thing on the bottom, and just actually on the bottom I usually do it like this and just go back and forth on my tips. And I do that on both sides. Always make sure to get these little bitty eyelashes on the corners. You've got some little bitty ones over here that a lot of people don't want to cover, but it's not really that hard. You can take the end of that one and just kind of do that. So that's basically it. That's what I use we still gotta go over brushes. Let me put some this makeup, some of the makeup back in my makeup bag. So, and yes, I normally don't use a makeup bag, but I'm traveling. I am right now. Let me get some of these things out of the way so we can do brushes. Um, Brushes are so important. Even if you can't see me, I'm gonna keep on talking. Brushes are so important because if you got a good brush, it'll make a world of difference. Okay. So if you are going to skimp on a product, um, or spend less money on a product, the the brushes is not the place to skimp. You want to, if you're going to get high end and spend money on anything, it's going to be a brush. The brushes are the most important thing. Um, Let me see here. Okay, first thing is a foundation brush. If you choose to use a brush instead of your fingers, and you can try different things. Try a brush, try a sponge, try a wet sponge instead of just a regular dry sponge. Wet it, and of course, wring it out. A damp sponge. Try different things and see what works for you. Different things work for everybody. But as far as foundation brushes go, I have several that I like, and I didn't bring all of them with me, unfortunately. But here are the ones that I did bring. I've already shown you the Eco Tools. I'm trying so hard to show you the angle. There we go. Now, um, this is one of my favorites. I've already told you it works very well for foundation application or for cleanup. It's one of my favorites. This is a Sephora brush. It is actually a mineral powder brush, but I use it as a foundation brush. And I want to tell you why. The more dense, thick is what I mean. The flat top or the slightly down top, whatever. This is a flat top brush to me. Anyway, the thicker it is, the more coverage you're gonna get out of it. So that is why I use this as a foundation brush, because it is very thick. On top of the fact that it's small, so you can get really good get in those areas, because it's small. People will tell you not to put foundation on your eyes. Put foundation on your eyes, okay? My opinion. Um, the third foundation brush that I have is Makeup Geek brush. MakeupGeek.com is one of my favorite sites. I love Marlena. She's amazing. She's a fabulous makeup artist. Um, she's just she's just fabulous. I love her. So anyway, and she has her own line of products. So this is a makeup geek foundation brush. This is what it looks like. It's a flat top brush. This is a fabulous brush. In this case, you dot your makeup all over your face, and again, stipple. Stipple, 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 stipple. After you get it good and stippled in, then you can go in and rub. Alright, next we have a powder brush, which is also a Sephora. I love this brush. It's got this little protector thingy on it. And if I didn't keep the protector thingy on it, it would be a whole lot fluffier than it actually is. It's a huge brush. This is my powder brush. And I dip it in my powder and dot. Although, I will say, here lately, because I am using my fingers for my foundation, let's see, I am using this foundation brush, the Sephora small. I'm using this for my powder because I do want some coverage out of my powder, and this is going to give it to me. So, since I've been using my fingers for my foundation, I'm using this as my powder brush. Okay. As far as a blush brush, I use a cream blush, a cream highlighter, a cream everything on my cheeks other than the bronzer. So, for my Too Faced, this palette right here, I take this cream, you can't see it, can you? I take this cream blush right here, and I dot my finger in it, dot, 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 right on that cheekbone. Now I'll take this brush and and rub it in, just like this, just like this. I'm not a big fan of putting blush on the apples of the cheek. I'll tell you why. Um, Putting blush on the apples of the cheeks was a trick used a very long time ago to age people. Okay, when you smile and you see the apples of the cheeks, right here, what happens when you're not smiling? So when you're not smiling, that blush that you put on the apples of your cheeks, it's gonna be down here. That's not what you want. It makes the skin look saggy. That's not what you want. So I put the blush right on the cheekbone. Um, I use the same brush that has the blush brush that has the cool little cover over it. I've already shown you my. It's so hard to find everything when it's in a bag. Anyway, I've already shown you my highlighter that I get from Sally's. What I do is I dot it right above that cheekbone, not under my eyes. If I get any under my eyes, I'm going to use this sponge and clean it off. And then I take the same brush that I used for my blush, and I don't even wipe off the color. And then I just dab it and blend it this way. That will be your highlighter. Um, Eyeshadow brush. You can use any kind of eyeshadow brush that you want. But there are a few that are staples in a girl's eyeshadow kit, or eyeshadow brush kit. I'm sorry, I didn't think I had this in here. Here's that Urban Decay eyeliner that I was telling you about. It needs to be sharpened, so you can't really see it. But anyway, this is my favorite black eyeliner pencil right now. So anyway, it was in the wrong place. Let me. Sorry guys, I should have been more prepared. Alright, first of all, a fan brush. This is going to take care of fallout. If you have any fallout from your eyeshadow, you just don't rub it or it's going to rub it in. You'll brush it lightly, very light-handed, and just brush it away with your fan brush. This is an elf brush, I would say, elf brush, and you see that it's very big, it's very thick, it's got that angle. What I use this for is for my highlight up here and for blending my highlight into my crease. It also works wonderfully to put that color in that tear duct. It just fits wonderful right there. So that's what I use this for. Everybody needs flat, a flat eyeshadow brush. It's just flat. This is an Urban Decay brush that came in one of my palettes, and with this, you pat on your lid color. Pat, pat, pat. Pat on your lid color. That's what you use this for. You also want to have a smaller flat eyeshadow brush. This is another one, an Urban Decay brush that came with one of my palettes. On the other side, it's got a crease brush or a blending brush, whichever one you want to use it for. I like it as a crease brush. It just fits right there in that crease. So, it's a great brush. This is also a pointed crease brush. Something else that all women need in their kit. Again, this just goes, it fits right in the crease. The thing about it is, and the difference between the two, this one, because it's not pointed, is going to come up a little bit above the crease. It's not going to stay right in that crease. It's going to come up a little bit. And if you like that look where it comes, up a little bit above your crease, then this is the brush that you'll want to use instead of this pointed one. Me personally, I like it, my eyeshadow just right in my crease and not above, and it's just because of my eye shape. So I use this pointed, and this is also a Sephora brush. I love Sephora brushes. This is an e.l.f. blending brush. It can also be used as a crease brush. Again, though, this, because of the shape of the brush, is, sorry guys, I got my hands full of brushes, but this, because of the shape, is going to bring it up above your crease a little bit. So if you like that look, then this is the brush that you want. Also, great blending brush. If you've got a color on your outside and a color on your inside, middle, inside, and then your tear duct, this is a great brush to blend all the colors together. You never want to blend like this, or you're going to end up with a muddy look. But blend wherever you've got those lines, that's where you want to blend. These two brushes are the same type of brushes. One's a little bit more pointed than the other one. This black one is an e.l.f. Studio brush, which I love. This one is a Coastal Scents brush, which I also love. These I love to either put my highlight color on, or if I'm going for a simple no makeup look, I'll use one highlight color with one of these brushes and just brush it on like this. It also goes great into that tear duct and crease. So, and all these also work really well as blending brushes. So you always need at least one of these. I like having two at all times, which I've probably got 15 more at home, but I carry two with me. The next brush that is, and it's the last one that's just a staple, and that is going to be a pencil smudge brush. And this is going to be for, say, like when you put your black eyeshadow on over that pencil liner. This is what you would use to smudge that in. Okay, same for the bottom. If you want to put a light color under your bottom lashes, you would use this brush and lightly tap it in the color, tap off the excess like this on your container, and then go underneath your lash line just like that. And again, if you need to use your fan brush and clean up some, a lot of times I'll use it and dust off if I feel like I have too much highlight. You can also use this and just go all the way around my eye like this, or which this is why a lot of women do their eye makeup first. You can do your eye makeup first, and then when you put your foundation on, then you will clean all that up. So, that is all of my makeup products that I use every day, plus all of my brushes, and how to use them, plus a little bit about skincare. In my next videos, I will go over more of those basics. I'll take one thing at a time: skincare, foundation routine, different eyeshadow looks. I didn't cover in this one how to do the brows, and that's simply because I don't do my brows. I use a wax or a clear mascara just to get them to stay in place because they're kind of wild. But otherwise, I don't color in my brows. I don't like the way it looks on me. If you can see, I don't have a very pronounced arch. I wish I did. I love the arch look, but unfortunately, I wasn't blessed with that look. So, anyway, we'll also go over in another video the contouring of the face, which I don't do a whole lot of contouring. I do a little bit. I do some highlighting. I do a little bit of contouring with the bronzer, I'm sorry, and a blush, especially if I'm going out at night. I'll also do tutorials where, daytime makeup versus going out at night makeup. There's a total difference, huge difference between what you would wear during the day and what you would apply to go out on a date or to a club or anything like that. There's a total difference. So anyway, if you have any questions, let me know. My company name is Sensual Chaos Makeup Artistry. You can go to my website, sensualchaosmakeupartistry.com, and visit that. Also, if you would, like my channel and follow me on here. I'm also going to be creating a Facebook page for my company and just other various things to promote my company. I'm a freelance makeup artist. But as I said, if you have any questions about products, please post them below. And more videos are to come, and I hope you enjoy. I hope that you will continue to watch my videos and enjoy all of them. I hope that you can take some tips from what I do. My next video will be my skincare routine. And then after that, I will do a foundation routine. And then we'll kind of go from there. If you have any suggestions, I'm also a cosmetologist that I do hair, so I'll probably also put some hair tutorials in there. Anything that you would like to see, hear, learn about, just let me know, and I will be more than happy to provide those videos for you. Thanks so much for watching. I love you, beauties, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.